Hi guys. So guys, in today's video I will be talking about support. Now what do I mean by support? I really mean what I feel every establishment in an autistic person's life is lacking in at the moment, and that is support. You know, I feel that we have to get it right from the ground up, and I feel like, especially in my life when we had no thing like the Equality Act or the Autism Act, I found it very hard to get that support that I needed growing up throughout life. And I still feel a lot of people find it hard to access that support. You know, we live in a world now where there are 4-year waiting lists just to get a diagnosis, where people's best shot of getting a diagnosis is to go private. Meanwhile, we are living in a cost of living crisis and we can't afford to do that. You then also have constant government stopping benefits, you know, that will impact PIP, will impact disability living allowance, which affects autistic people, not only autistic people, but members of disabled community. And it's just constant lack of support all the way through their life. You know, they're not getting a diagnosis from early on. We know early intervention is key, so that's one barrier that's already there. Say they do get the right diagnosis, I still find the support sector massively needs to change, because there's still 50% of autistic kids getting kicked out of school in the UK. Needless to say, these people are going to feel that they are unworthy, not needed, incapable. And then these people are expected to go off into work when there's only 30% of autistic people in any form of work, where we have a percentage of employers already admitting that they wouldn't hire an autistic person because they don't know how they could support them. So all these facts and statistics slowly show the lack of support that there is for autistic people. So these are just some of the things that I would actually, if I was made in charge of educational, special educational needs department tomorrow, some of the things I would change is, honestly, I think it'd be really helpful that teachers can diagnose their students with special educational needs, as long as they're a SENCO, as long as they've been trained in that field. I think that would make an incredibly impact on the autism community, and it would actually take a lot more strain off the NHS in order to do that. I think the academic system needs to change quite a lot in order to tailor everybody's support to an individual, which is, I think, is what needed for an autistic person. Number 3, I'd reevaluate how CAMS work. I hate the fact that CAMS supports you from the age of 16, and then suddenly when you turn 16, when you've got all this change happening in your life, it's suddenly, okay, you're not applicable for CAMS anymore, bye, here's the world. And it's like, get on with it. Okay, this is probably the one time in my life I really need CAMS, and now I haven't got it. So that's also a big flaw. Number 4, I'd say more training and more support to go from government to employers. There needs to be more training for employers, because they don't know enough about it. They are aware of it, but they don't understand it and they don't accept it. And if you finally find a workplace that do, luckily I have, then that is honestly like it's finding a needle in a haystack. It's that rare that I have found through my professional career. I've been at many places and only 2 I felt really supported me. And in school terms, all the schools I went to, I only found 1 school that really supported me. So that needs to change. That massively needs to change, because I think I've been quite lucky and quite fortunate in those situations. And not a lot of people are going to get that luck and that fortune. And the last thing that needs to change is government needs to have a real look at themselves in the mirror, really understand what people are going through, really understand the impact that it's having on the autism community. I made a video not long ago saying why we're in an autism crisis. Those things to me are really important in that video, and to me, I don't think they've got any better. I think they need to have a long look in the mirror. They need to stop cutting money and benefits, just to people that actually need it. There are people actually needing that money, and for people that say, well, there are benefit cheats out there and everything else, I would rather not look at the benefit sheets and actually look at some of these MPs that are taking around £500,000 in expenses and putting parking tickets as part of their expenses, or Amazon Prime memberships. I'd rather look at those people than go after the benefit sheets, because even the benefit sheets in this situation have been failed by their government, and that needs to be looked at as to why. Why have they been failed? It's not as simple as they're just lazy, they don't want to go to work. There is going to be more to it. And I'm not saying those people don't exist, but I'd rather look at the people that are, again, putting parking tickets and speeding fines on their expenses when there are people struggling to eat, when there's people struggling to put the energy, their heaters, their TVs on, and when there's autistic people yet again being, in my eyes, discriminated against and not being supported at all. So these are some of the things that I wanted to talk about in this video around support, and how support is crucial, not only for autistic people, but in any community, if you want a country like ours to thrive and flourish. And I don't think anyone's getting the support, quite frankly, that they need at the moment. But the reason that the autism one always stings me is because I think that one has been going on for a very long time and people haven't been looking at it. So guys, tell me what you think down below. Thank you for watching as always. Take care. Goodbye for now.